Hey man, it's Aaron from the Underground Railroad, and you guys are tuning into another wonderful show from the Four-Eyed Radio Network. To listen to more awesome episodes from your favorite people at the Fern Network, you can tune into foureyedradio.com. Ooh.
Hi, this is Kyle from Arcade Bros. If you're like me, you like a little joy in your life. We're proud to present that we are sponsored by America Joy Print Shop. If you need cut vinyl, store lettering, business printing, forms, card magnets, and anything else printing needs, America Joy is the one for you. When you contact America Joy, just tell them the Fern sent you.
Flesh and blood makes up this human, and I am Mega Man! Megarific!
I just let a megarific.
Of course, this is a brand new episode of the Arcade Bros. I, of course, am Player 1, Steve-O, with my co-host, Player 2,
Kyle.
And we are here to talk everything games, what's coming up, what will be, what can be, and what should be the greatest video game consoles this year. Mr. Bojangles, what do you think? I think it's going to be the Leapfrog. Well, you, sir, are wrong. No!
iPad.
Anyways, you can find us at www.arcade-bros.com, part of the 4i Radio Network. For more information, visit 4iRadio.com. Listen to the show. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast, Miro Guide, Mixcloud, Double Twist, and there's a bunch of other ones that Eric has been adding that I have to get from him as well. But just type in Arcade Bros anywhere. You know what? Don't even type it in. Just like show up at people's houses, punch them in the face, and be like, Arcade Bros.
What's really awesome too is if you have a Windows or Android device and go to your store and just type in 4-Eyed Radio Network, it comes up with all our listing of shows. I have about 10 of them in my phone automatically that download every day. So let me know that I gotta listen to stuff.
Of course, we're brought to you by America Joy Print Shop, the official sponsor of the 4i Radio Network. Business cards, flyers, posters, banners, vinyl cuts, car wraps, and more. Visit americajoy.com for more information and tell them the Fern sent you. Don't forget, we also are sponsored by Raven Designs. Illustrations and designs that fit your personal... I always do this. You know what? Your personal needs, your personality. I don't really fucking care. I'm even not going on script anymore. Fuck this script. I'm going to be like Ben Affleck on Batman. Apparently, there's a story that came out I'll get back to. Of course, if you want to get more designs, check out ravencruise.com.
That's right. If you want high quality, go fuck yourself.
But to be fair, we're going to have to continue this over on our other show, the Long Box Cast. But anyway,
Raven Designs.
Everyone's really just like not happy with Ben Affleck being Batman.
What?
No, like
they
don't even care anymore because now they're like, he's not even taking the role seriously. Apparently, there was a picture of him with a cigarette smoking. He's like, Bruce Wayne would never smoke. Like, okay,
I think the Batman would need a couple cigs here and there.
First off, it's a movie. You really think he's going to be like, all right, Clark, we need to kill whoever's the villain in this movie
right after I get my Marlboros. That guy just died too. One of the Marlboro actors on the boxes.
Oh yeah,
like on those big billboard ads he used to do, like the cowboy smoking. Like he just died.
Well, good for him.
And you know what he wasn't?
What?
Batman.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're just like, I don't know. It's just like
we're gonna get into whole griping McGripersons because there's a story coming out that just got released today. When I read it, I want to find out who this guy is and like call him out on like, you're the reason why the world sucks, and we'll get
you're
into
the reason why we can't have nice things.
Exactly.
But yeah, so definitely.
So yes, if you have logos that you need, websites, designs, print that you want to have
like
done,
that. And
Raven
if you want
Designs.
samples or inquiries, visit ravencruise.com. Sorry about that. Of course, again, I'm already in.
He just got Tourette's.
I'm already in comic book mode. That's the problem.
American Joy. Fuck shit, but
fucking bad. So before we get into what we've been playing this week, Kyle, we have a couple of shout outs. We can't do that. No.
I was gonna do a Bee Gees, but I guess not. We gotta think of a good one. Oh, I know what we could do. We should have it start where he goes, Fuzroda! Because you're shouting. And then we'll
we
have
gotta
it be
find-
like, that music.
We gotta find.
So we have a Facebook shout out, which is Josh Hale. Thank you for your follow and listens and your retweets. Jennifer De Herrera. We have Samantha Johnson and Matt Hines, all recent followers and or likers. On Twitter, we have @RadNerd, @CinemaOTR, @CAA_official, @GeekWeekBoston, @KBGOfficial, @HiCujo, @TakeMeHomecast, their local podcast, and then @Alex201409 because 408 was taken. We'd like to thank you guys all for your recent follows and retweets. As always, these have been another fine production of Shoutouts. Like that? It's pretty good. We'll use that next.
This guy actually, I guess, recorded every single one of his shouts.
There's a lot of shouts in that game. I just found one too. Like literally, it was called Throw Voice. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm never gonna use this stupid thing. But then I'm sneaking around. I throw my voice down a hallway, and what the? And like literally, like I summoned the whole dungeon down that freaking hallway. And I was just like, okay. And then what I did is I put a flame trap, and then I walked down the stairs, and all of a sudden you just hear the. What's that over there? Whoop!
You know what'd be even funnier is all like you shout out thinking like I'm being secret. They're like bean burritos where?
Yeah, because it's stupid because you're like Dos Cadi, and then like huh? What was that? Like it should be something more like free beer,
free tacos.
Yeah. So Steve, we have another segment we like to do called "What Are You Playing This Week?" So what
are you playing this week? Is it really good or is it bad? Did you finally give it a thumbs up? Or did you say, I will never buy this, I'm just going to steal it from Steam? Don't steal games from Steam.
Tomb Raider. Sorry, too soon? Was that too soon?
Yeah, that hurts, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
It really does.
I'm sorry. Hey, you know what?
I'm actually really intrigued what you were playing because you hit me with the Turtles in Time thing, saying that they did an update with it or something. So, of course, Kyle, I think what we should just do is be like, what was Kyle playing?
Not playing.
This week?
Be surprised if I don't say Skyrim.
Yeah, really.
Well, I started playing
back to Skyrim again. What are you doing this time? I'm looking for a dragon. The dragon stole my money.
Well, I'm finding a lot of elder dragons. I'm like 40.
So sick of your fucking dragon finding. I need to find a legendary dragon so I can slot. I need 4 more fucking achievements in that damn game. And that stupid town for the Dragonborn quest. The fucking blacksmith won't go missing. It's like, I'm just gonna hang around. I'm like, go, leave.
If you shout at him, he'll
die.
He
no,
will.
I actually murdered everybody in the town, and he's one guy you can't kill.
Oh,
I was
right.
like, son of a bitch.
God,
so I just restarted my game.
It's that son of a gun. Well, I did play Skyrim a little bit. I'm basically trying to level up my werewolf character. So I'm just trying to. I have the quest where I have to go and like free the guy's spirit, and then they give you the option to free your spirit. I'm just kind of like, well, I'm holding off on that because I want to get my guy leveled up.
Hold up on me. Hold up on me.
The other game I was playing was last year they did Turtles in Time for the downloadable.
Yes, they
summer.
did the Turtles in Time reshelled, which I love how it got a shitty review.
What?
Yet you and I just played the original Turtles in Time from the arcade game, and it's exactly like the one. Now, what you guys don't understand, I get it through your thick skull fans. I know I'm gonna
Big
be.
fan.
I think this is the week where I belittle everybody because I'm so sick of stupid people. But the original Turtles in Time in the arcade game was really short. You didn't go through every single thing. When they ported it over to the Super Nintendo, they changed levels, they added levels, and they rearranged bosses. So why? So when you spent $39.99 on a Super Nintendo game, you got your money's worth. Yeah. Now, if you're going to keep bitching to me about this, you can go take it up with the complaints department. Go to www.gofuckyourself.com, motherfuckers.
Actually, I'm going there right now. Oh, jeez.
It's just a hamster with a boner.
Pretty much.
We're getting dirty in here.
Yeah, really dirty.
Okay,
Real
anyway,
quick.
so what was the Turtles in Time?
Well, so all they did was, I think when you and I played it, you go to the Technodrome, get in there, you fight Krang, I think, once. Don't you? And he like teleports out of there. You fight him in his like kicking guy, like the kicking burrito naked guy. He like kicks you and stuff, swings at you.
Oh, is that Turtles
in the Technodrome?
Time?
And then you go in, and then like then Shredder's in that shooter, and then once you like defeat all the ninjas, he says, "I'm gonna send you back to Turtle Time or whatever," and he hits like the screen.
Yeah,
and
I think that's the
temp.
Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, I think that's the one we did on the Oh yeah.
Yes.
So on this version, you go into the sewers,
Yes.
you fight some of those aliens, but instead of having that little ship come up and like shoot lasers at you and you beat it and then you go on to like the techno,
Yes.
in the sewers somehow a hologram of Shredder shows up and says, "I'm sending you back in time," and then like there's starts this whirlpool.
that's in the original arcade.
Yeah, so that's in the original arcade. So then what also changes, like there's a Croc that wasn't in it this time.
Yeah, Killer.
That wasn't in.
No. Killer Croc's in the train level.
Right, he's on the train level.
Instead of Spike
Right.
in the prehistoric era, it's some weird mud monster.
Yeah, it's like
thing.
a mucky monster. What I hate about this is the only thing I didn't like about the game. So like the hit collision's pretty good, like with those rock guys, the anal bee guys. You're able to like kick them and like kind of back away or go forward or towards the screen or away from the screen. You can pretty much avoid them. They're pretty easy to kill, as opposed to the Super Nintendo version. Whereas like the muck guy, he stayed more of a puddle, which causes me to run into him and like just get hurt because he's a puddle.
Yeah.
And you try to outrun him and he's like right there, so it's like really difficult. But so I didn't like that. And then it was like the same thing, like logically as a villain, like with the Croc guy, because he crawls on the ground, like you have to jump over him a couple times, and he's invincible when he's crawling. So then I was like, well, why, if you were a villain, why wouldn't you just crawl the whole time? Because then I couldn't hurt you. But that's me trying to make it real.
Yeah.
But then what's cool about it is, so then like remember in the Techno, I think was also the Ooze characters, right?
Yeah, in the original,
they were in like the street or something.
In the Super Nintendo one, you fight on the pirate ship. You fight
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Bebop and Rocksteady just as pirates. In the arcade version, it was Tolkien and Razar.
Yeah.
On the boat instead. And then when you play the Super Nintendo version in the Technodrome, before you go down there, it's the mutants from the outside.
So in this one, it was like you go the level with the fly, Brooklyn or whatever it was, like at 45 or something.
Actually, it's Brooklyn. It's actually the Big Apple. 3 a.m.
3
you fight
a.m.
Baxter Stockman.
You find Baxter
Kyle,
Stockman.
I'm very getting into
No Mousers.
I'm going to kick you off.
No Mousers.
Because you don't even know your comic books.
I'm telling you exactly how it goes. No Mousers.
Yes, there's no Mousers.
In this version, there was no Slash.
Okay, yes.
He's not in it at all.
He's not in it at all.
You had the robot.
Mm-hmm.
Turtle. What was his name? Mega Turtle.
Metalhead.
Metalhead. So you had Metalhead. You had no boss in the sewer because you just had these things jumping out at you.
Yeah, and in the Super Nintendo one, they added the Rat King.
They added the Rat King. You go back in time, they had the Prehistoric was a mud guy. They had the Croc. They had the two guys from the Ooze. They had a futuristic version that you go in the future,
yeah, you go in the future
on hoverboards,
and you fight Krang in his suit.
That's flying.
It's flying, and then you go into the spaceship area of the future, and you
right.
fight Krang in
his little ship. And it was great to super easy boss fight because I ended up getting a thing because I ended up doing like a lot of damage. You got like an achievement for it, and all I kept doing is if you hit B, you do like that, or the top Y, you hit Y, you do like a special attack. So I kept doing that because he was in the air, so I was able to kill all the enemies around me on the bottom and then kill him. Really good. I liked the Shredder boss fight. I thought that was cool. Like, it was really clever.
Yeah, because in the Super Nintendo, you defeat Shredder, but then he becomes Super Shredder.
Super Shredder. And this one, he was more like he had like the shadow magic or whatever. Yeah. So I thought it was pretty neat. And it was fun. I was able to beat it. I only had to use one continue, which I was kind of disappointed too because like once I figured out how to defeat a boss, I wouldn't have not used like 2 or 3 lives.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, oh, okay. So I definitely want to replay it. Multiplayer looks fun. So I played that. I played Skyrim a little bit, but mainly what I went to is I went back to Darksiders 2. Main reason was this last week or so they had 67% off.
Yeah, they've been having a lot of good sales on.
Yeah,
Xbox.
they had 67% off that I heard from Joe Madureira.
I thought you were about to say Joe Madden. Hey,
Joe Madden, yeah.
You got on the Xbox. You got
X and O's on the Xbox.
You got the X and O's. You got to get the John Madden beer. Hey,
Doritos.
Hey,
delicious.
It's no Brett Favre. You got no Brett Favre, but you got your Crane.
You'll go far, but not Brett Favre.
You got your Darksiders too. It's a good game of football.
Pretty good stuff. Jerky. So yeah, I played Darksiders 2. They gave you the season pass, which gives you 3 contents for about $6. And then they have 2 more downloadables. There's one with a guy named Belial, and there's one with like some armor. And both of those were like $2. So I was like, fine, I love the game. I'm going to download them all.
Why not?
So I downloaded them all. I finally defeated this level. Like, that was what was so great about it is like I was in a level I saved, and then like it's notorious for like Zelda games and like this kind of game where like you get into a part, and if you don't complete like the dungeon, especially like the water temple or something like that, you might be like, crap, what was I doing, or where did I have to go? So I ended up repeating like part of it over, but like one of the best boss fights I've ever had in a game. storyline finally ended, where I finally concluded like basically like the first part to continue on to like the rest of your journey. Or now I'm going into like the marsh area, or I'm going into the I guess like the hell area, like now where I'm going to. Love the voice acting. I love it so much because like there's points where I get up to a high ledge and I just look around, so it's like so well detailed that you just want to get up there and kind of look around. It's got great voice acting to the point where literally I want to ask every question. Like sometimes it gives you like 6 or 7 choices, and I'll go back through and listen to every single one because I love like the dialect between all the character actors. It's phenomenal. And so for, like finally the boss fight I just had was very much like a Zelda boss fight. You end up getting like the hook shot, but it's basically like your death grip.
Okay.
So what's cool is you can pull enemies to you, and sometimes if enemies are far enough away and they're almost dead, you can just basically like sap the life out of them. And what's really great is like you can pull yourself to things. So like this one boss fight was you're riding around on your horse shooting at this his arm. He had all these explosives on his arm. You shoot him, he comes down. As soon as he comes down, you hook shot to his arm. You got to climb up him a bit. So it was like a combination of like Shadow of the Colossus and Zelda and this, and like all these great games.
Combination of the the Last Guardian. Oh wait, I knew it came out. Yeah, no, that was the thing. Is like I never got a chance to play Darksiders the first. I played a little.
I
got
to bring you that because that first one was really good.
And I basically what ended up happening with the ex-fiance is she was having difficulty with stuff, and then she was having problems with the bat boss. That's like the first boss
the first boss. He was difficult at first,
and then literally I sit down, I grab the controller, and I totally destroyed him.
Yeah, like it's easy. Grab this thing, throw it at him.
Well, because I looked at it as a Zelda game, I was like, okay, it's like a beefed up kind of Zelda game, more mature and stuff like that. But it's like it wasn't like anything like
overly complicated.
But okay, I'm not trying to say it was overly complicated. It was difficult, but it wasn't like I was like, as soon as I got done with it, it's like, it's that easy or something like that. It was just like, I just have a little bit more experience.
Now make me a sandwich.
Well, obviously, that didn't work out because I beat games, apparently.
You overachiever. Achievement unlocked, bae.
Hey, I may be getting all the achievements in games, but apparently everyone else is winning achievements in life. So we got that going.
There's no such thing as achievements.
But I played a little bit. I did enjoy it. I did like it. And
you like it too because it's got like Mark Hamill in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
You got all these upgraded voice actings. The storyline in the first one was great because War is very more like, get out of my way, I'm going to beat you up. It's very much more of like that kind of gameplay where I find like death in this game is more like Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
You do a lot of assassination, a lot of like climbing up, sneaking. You do a lot of like, what I like about those different styles is War is very like brute. You have a giant sword, you swing it around, you hit people, you do stuff like that. Whereas like Death is more elegant. Like he'll like stick a guy with his scythe, spin around him, pull it out kind of thing. He's very more like, he has more of like a grace or a more like precision to it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sweet. Like I think you like it.
Speaking of Assassin's Creed, they finally released the PS Vita version.
Oh, nice.
On the PlayStation.
That's the one with the black lady, right?
The African American assassin, which you hear a little bit about her. You hear a little bit about her in the fourth game, but they finally released it on, I believe, Xbox Live download and also PlayStation Network. So I'm probably going to pick that up because it was like it takes place in the Revolutionary War again.
Oh,
so it's pretty much
like the Boston Tea Party.
It's basically tied into number 3 because that's when it was released and everything like that. It just like again the Vita didn't have anything out for it. It probably didn't make the sales, and then they redid the graphics HD and they probably threw it over. So I think it's about $19, which is not too bad since the game when it came out was $34.99. So figure give that a shot. See what that's going on. So, but yeah, I got to definitely play Darksiders 1 and 2. So, but I know hopefully the next 2 games I will be picking up will be Pikmin 3 and the Donkey Kong
I don't know why I
Tropic
just did
Freeze,
Kirby's voice for that.
which we can hopefully we'll get a tag team on that one. But the game I did pick up this week, since I finally got my first paycheck, is the Nintendo Remix. This is an exclusive for the Wii U. It's a downloadable game. It's basically all old school video games, but with a twist. So you're playing it, and you have a bunch of different.
So it's M. Night Shyamalan did a director's cut version.
No, because they're actually good.
That's pretty sweet. So is it like where you can play like a Mario game, but you can play with a different character?
Well,
is it more like
it's weird? It's like I'm trying to remember the games. Donkey Kong Country Jr. Yeah, Donkey Kong Jr., Excite Bike, Mario Brothers, the original, Super Mario Brothers, Balloon Flight, that piece of shit game, Excite Bike, and basically you play them and then you get like a little twist with it. Like the Excite Bike I was playing is like get through the entire level doing a wheelie.
Do a wheelie. Do a barrel roll.
Do a wheelie.
That'd be awesome. You're on Excite Bike and it's like General Pepper here. Like,
I mean, there's all these kind of cool things, and then once you start unlocking it and everything that you get you get a bunch of stamps that open up, and then there's these remix levels that give you a bunch of stuff. So that's kind of cool. But
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's completely.
I think I've read
fun.
up about it, and I remember seeing some stuff about it. So I know a lot. It was like a highly advertised too.
Yeah,
if
you get a Nintendo Wii, it's about $14. You'll get yours
someday. Someday they'll find.
Kyle, you'll get one unless I have to buy you one. So
I think what I'm gonna do is refinance my mortgage on my apartment, burn it down, and take the insurance money. You didn't hear that, by the way, nobody.
Yeah, no one heard that. But no, it's fun. So if you have a Nintendo Wii U, you're trying to go and like, well, there's nothing really out right now, which is.
I already got like my list.
I mean,
of things.
nothing's out yet for. I mean, but you're looking at me like the only game I did not pick up last year that I wanted to get was Pikmin 3.
Yeah. And right now, I think it dropped down to $49.99.
Yeah, so Pikmin 3 is pretty much on my list, and then Donkey Kong Country Freeze comes out next month.
And if you really want to enjoy Pikmin 3, look at it like it's a post-apocalyptic. Like you're the last surviving race, and you're like defending like the zombie entourage.
But so definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. So any Wii U users are like, I don't know what to play. It's a great game because you can literally try to beat it, hand it over to your friends, see if they can kind of beat it and stuff like that. So it's just very fun. It's very unique. Very kind of cool. So yeah, and then there's another level that hasn't opened yet. I'm pretty sure it's the Legend of Zelda one. So as soon as you open certain ones and stuff like that, so
a top-down view, you're gonna run.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's pretty much it's really fun. So
sweet. Don't go.
Sorry, I'm getting used to it because I stopped using Firefox because I got a pop-up virus on it.
So did I.
I've tried installing it, reinstalling it, nothing. So I ended up going with Google Chrome. So
you know what's funny is I got mine from Google Chrome. Like that's where I got my virus.
Well, I know where I got mine from. Mine was from doing the downloads for ROMs for my Wii. But so anyways, we do have a character spotlight. I do remember this character. I remember playing.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it on the demo. I don't know if you remember. PlayStation used to be awesome because if you were a subscriber to their, I guess, email or newsletter, you basically got a demo disc every 6 months or so. They'd load up a demo disc with literally like all the type of games that were coming out. I thought that was like the future of games. Like, that was going to be the future of things. And one of the games that was on this demo disc was a game called Croc. And I don't know if any of you remember. He was a game by, I want to say it was by Fox. And I want to say it was with, who's the other company? There's another software company. If you basically know the character, he's Croc the Legend of the Gobos. He was 3D. It was like one of the first PlayStation 3D games.
Yeah, it was for PlayStation 3.
I know it was like
PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like Fox Entertainment, another like LGN or something like that. They built it, and actually, I think Croc made a special appearance in the Banjo-Kazooie like racing game, or Banjo made it. I forget what it was. It was like Cronker, him, Croc. It was like...
Yeah, I can't seem to find the thing that I wanted. So.
That's fine.
Anyways.
Argonaut Software, that's who it was. Argonaut Software.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fox Interactive.
No, I don't think he made
THQ and MediaQuest.
I don't think he made it
But there was like a Croc-like character. He was like more of like a Sega character, because didn't that Crocodile make an appearance in a Sonic game or something?
Well, that Croc has been in Sonic games forever.
So, must have been from
He was
Sonic.
in the Knuckles and Chaos game or whatnot for the 32X
that
came out.
That's what I thought. And I thought he made an appearance in like a Banjo-Kazooie racer game.
Yeah.
Then who was the crocodile?
That was just a character they made.
That was just like, here's Crocodile.
Well, technically, it wasn't the Banjo-Kazooie racing game.
Well, it was the Diddy Kong racing.
It was Diddy Kong
and then
racing.
it had Banjo and it had Conker in it when he was E.
When the first Conker.
Yeah.
I'm
Conker.
But...
Won't you be my friend?
And then he went to, play me, piss on your face, and bollocks, and...
Actually, I really want Xbox, just, for Xbox One, just give us a huge remake of Conker's Bad Food. That was so good.
So bad.
It's context sensitive.
What does that mean?
It's sensitive to context.
Like, just the humor. Like, that's just a game that's just fantastic all over. But yes, I do remember Croc. I actually remember playing the demo a lot because that was like one of the demos you got, but I never actually went out and bought the game or anything like that. He did get a sequel, correct?
I think, it was Croc and Croc 2. I only remember playing the demo of Croc. It was like something where you were like, you feed off of crystals, you had to fight bosses. It was very much like a Mario-style game. It was almost like, I'm not sure if Croc was trying to replace like the Crash Bandicoot at the time, because Crash lost. I think they lost him going into PlayStation 2. or right after PlayStation 2. Like it was right around that time that they started to lose the rights to him.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because it looks
and they
like
were trying to like move him into like that kind of genre. They're trying to take him over.
Well, I'm trying to think, when did Crash Bandicoot come out? Because this says it came out in 1997. It also was released on the Sega Saturn as well.
Yeah, I think it was rented for a computer,
I'll
Sega
check that real
Saturn,
quick.
and then what else? Game Boy Color, PlayStation, Sega Saturn. But yeah, so it's basically a big game where you were raised by gobos, you grew up, you find crystals similar to like the stars of the coins in Mario. There's a couple boss fights. There's like 4 or 5 levels. There's an open world, very much an 3D like RPG where you all run around. It did fairly well. Like I think when it first came out, it had about a 79 to an 80% approval, like aggravated review rate. Like a lot of people liked it, and then as like the Saturn version came out, it was not as good. PC version was not as good. Game Boy Color obviously was really bad. Graphics and everything, it just kind of stagnated, especially with like I think around that time the Super Star Fox, like Star Fox for the N64 came out. Like all these other like great titles were coming out for really pushing the envelope, showing you like the graphics. Turok was out, like so when you kind of got this game coming a little bit late to the party, it was a little bit like it
looks like Crash Bandicoot came out a year before.
Yeah, 1999 was the
1996.
Yeah, now
was when Crash came out.
There's also some mobile games that came out. The Croc Mobile also came out in like late '99.
Yeah, they even did like a Game Boy Color as well. So it was a short-lived character. You never know. You might see. I mean, look at Spyro. Spyro.
Oh, that was amazing.
I mean, Spyro came out, had a bunch of games, and then went away, and then all of a sudden now he's back with his Skylanders. So
Skylanders.
Elijah Wood is Skylander.
So they have actually been talking about a Spyro movie, and they were thinking about getting
Quite a
the
while.
original cast back.
Yeah, it would be pretty interesting. Because especially with him being older and stuff too, they kind of ended it where he was older. They had the female dragon, and they're getting into that whole aspect. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our shout out.
Well, Croc, we hardly knew you.
And
I don't know why I'm doing John Lennon. That's what we need to do. Because I need money. We should bring back Croc, and I'll do his voice. I'm looking for the Goo Goo Bays.
Gobos.
Globox.
You're doing fine, John. Just keep counting that pile of money.
Yes.
That's all they do. They just throw money at him, and he's just like in there like, the Globy Dobes.
The Glibbity-da. My name's Croc, and I'm here to say...
What a crock of Croc coming to you.
Croc coming soon to the Nintendo Wii.
And the Game Boy Vita. Like, wait, what?
Wait, what? So Oblivion lawsuit?
Yeah, so basically, I don't know if you remember this. So when Oblivion came out, they were promising in their game that it would have open world and like you could choose your adventure and like do whatever you want with it. Well, this brat of a kid basically sued them back in when it came out because it was a glitch with the game. Now, granted, Bethesda has been known for its glitches, and I guess Oblivion had a few too, where like at some point, if you got this animation glitch, you lost basically your game and you basically had to start over. Well, in one way or another, they're basically offering the same incentives. So what had happened was, this was way back in like, I want to say 2009. In 2012, Colorado resident Landis Edwards, and this is the prick I've been trying to find. I want to find a picture of this guy. Because like Landis Edwards, I'm telling you right now, you're the reason why we can't have nice things. You're the person who comes in, pisses and moans, tries to take down these companies because you aren't willing to accept the fact that you'd have to, gosh forbid, didn't save an extra version of your game, which is like common sense.
Yeah, I have like on my Oblivion game, I think I have like 3 slots just for one game.
So you didn't do that.
What was his name again?
Landis Edwards.
Landis Edwards. I will say this before Kyle rips you a new one. I got all the achievements, bitch, because my game didn't glitch. I got all the achievements, bitch, because my game did not just glitch. Trick it down. Everybody knows it's Croc. Yeah, Croc's coming back in the pathway. He's going to find the Globos.
Landis is the worst.
I don't know. Anyways, back to...
So he filed the suit, class action against... and he used this company called Eldison Law Firm, which is out in California. And basically, all Eldison does is they come to big companies, make a big stink. Big companies say, you know what, we're going to pay you as little as possible just to shut you up. He takes a shit ton of money and gives the person who actually filed the suit as little as possible. Well, luckily, a judge dismissed it.
Yes.
So they don't get anything. And basically, they said, their class action lawsuits describe their strategy as 1, file suit over something nitpicky, and 2, accept the modest settlement from the accused company, which is willing to pay just to make the whole thing go away. Pay out tiny amounts to the plaintiff, and then take huge fees. And basically, yeah, so they dropped it. Basically, Oblivion developers said, like, we promised open-ended gameplay with unlimited possibilities. And yeah, the bug was that his game file got corrupted and it got erased and he couldn't use it anymore.
Point taken. Okay, if this actually would have gone through, then if I wanted to be like a dick to let this kid, you know what I could have done? I could have done that with my Batman game, because Arkham Origin not only glitched on me once but twice and deleted my game, and I was like, all right. What I ended up doing was I just wrote to the developers and just said, you guys got to fix this bug. It's like every time I've done, it's like I literally played 15 hours of this game
to get to this
got
point.
to the same mission,
Bam.
and it glitched on me twice already and deleted my game. So I'm like, I'm kind of pissed because I have to do this a third time now,
yeah.
but fix it, do your patches. I let them know about the correction. I didn't go off and go, I'm
gonna sue them,
because the only good part that ended up happening is like I knew exactly what to do, so then it just looked
even better.
I just looked like I was really kick-ass at the game. Like I was just like, bah. I'm like, I am Batman now.
Batman!
Third time's a charm. But it's like,
Man becomes Batman after training.
Yeah, but it's like, did I really? Because I'm like, I like the company. Why do I want to screw them
over?
Well,
exactly,
for more games?
And that's like, again, like this is Bethesda. They've had mistakes before. They've had things. They've been known for their patches. They've been known to fix things. And so, like, yeah, you try to file a suit, and they basically shut you down. Because I guess when I actually read into the law, what it was is the thing he was complaining about was the open-ended gameplay with unlimited possibilities. Mm-hmm. Had they come out and said, like, if they didn't say, like, gameplay may vary online, and you went online, all some people were dropping F-bombs, like, you'd be like, whoa, I didn't know that was going to happen. They didn't say anything about that.
Yeah.
You would actually have legal ground to stand on. But because you're complaining about something that technically they did offer it, because when your game deleted, you had the choice to choose your character. You could start a whole new one. You could change any feature you wanted about it. You could choose, as you play the game, choose whatever you want. The possibilities are open. So they advertise as is, and it's like, it sucks your game got deleted, but this is why you make multiple saves.
Yeah, to be fair, though, Oblivion has done that because literally there's, even with the Thieves Quest, there's like two ways you could go about it. You could either beat the two people in a race to get the book first, or you could steal the book, and if you don't have a chance to do that, then the guy gives you another quest to do.
Oh!
So, I mean, there's possibilities. You know what I'm suing, though? I'm suing the Croc game, Legend of the Gobos.
Gobos.
For not making a third installment of this trilogy. But yeah, I just hate.
And that's what it is. It's like, you are the schmucks who go in there and are like, you're the people who show up at Comic-Con dressed up, bring a real gun, and they tell you can't come. So then you piss and moan, so then no one can bring their like replicated weapon that they made out of spare cardboard. Like, you're the one who ruins it for everybody else. So you know what, Landis Edwards, do us all a favor. Take a long walk off a short pier and tie 1 million copies of Oblivion to you and drown.
I think I have the perfect music for.
And then it was funny because in my Skyrim play, I ran into that Septimus guy.
Oh yeah.
So I was talking to him, and all of a sudden he's like, "Indeed," and I was like, "Oh yeah, this guy." That was a good part. And then now, like the thing I activated wants me to kill him. I'm like, I don't want to. I like his like conversations. Dirty bastards. I'll go into the next one though, real quick. Sony shuts down 4 MMOs. They've shut down like the Vanguard Saga of Heroes. They ended up shutting down the Star Wars Clone Wars Adventures. Free Realms, and then I don't know if you've ever seen that one that's called Wizardry Online, where it's like, if you watch like the Kids WB, where it's like
the rip-off of Harry Potter.
Like, do you want to be a wizard?
No! Well, too bad.
Too bad.
Indeed!
So it's like, they shut that finally down. So they're
closing.
I'd
rather have that as the MMO for us.
Talk to Septimus for hours.
Indeed! No!
Well, that was great because I had to ask him about the Elder Scrolls, and he's like, Elder Scrolls! And I'm like, yes. And he's like,
it's a book!
Yeah, it's only a book.
It's only a book. My master told me. But yes, here's a little ditty that goes out to that little taint.
Landis Edwards. This one's for you, buddy.
Now this is actually from the great talent of Rental Floss, so enjoy.
That was fun, but now you're done. You're out of luck because you suck. You're not quite as good as everyone else who plays it. Don't continue, just give in, you silly fool. You fucking knew, but just turn off the power and cry yourself to sleep, and we'll see.
This sums it up perfectly for
Pretty
this
much.
kid. So we want to thank Brettel Floss,
Thank you, Brent Floss.
even though he's
Said your lyrical genius has done it again.
yeah.
He's brought tears to our eyes and boners in our pants.
Whoa.
Indeed. Elder Scroll for you, right here.
Yeah. Okay, so Sony shuts down 4 MMOs. I've never heard what was it?
Any of these.
Vanguard. Well, I've heard of the Star Wars Clone Wars and
Yeah.
the Free Realms and the Wizard Online, but I've never heard of the Saga of Heroes.
Yes. Not really sure what that one is. Vanguard Saga of Heroes. I think it's like a kind of reminds me of like Ragnarok or like a like almost like a Japanese kind of game.
Japanese
Japanese game.
is coming
Japanese
for
game.
you now.
Japanese game.
Oh, the game glitch. I'm going to bitch.
What's really cool though is there's a YouTube video we're gonna post probably to our
Glitchy
website. Yeah, Steve's doing the glitchy bitch.
Hashtag reclaiming that.
Hashtag glitchy bitch.
Hashtag
Glitchy
bitch.
Glitchy
Anyways,
bitch.
Kyle's kind of just running the
Glitchy
show
bitch.
tonight because I'm lack of
Glitchy
sleep
bitch.
and had one beer
Glitchy bitch.
and nothing to eat since
That's all you could do.
1974.
We'll have to go out and get more beer and food.
Indeed. Anyway, so
Yeah, so they have the Stick of Truth. Basically, what was funny is the creators of the South Park Stick of Truth were saying that they better not get like anything less than like a B rating from like GameStop and all
yeah.
that. But there's a video we'll post on our post to correspond with this, which
Yeah,
is basically
well,
like all behind the digital studio, shows you what they're working on, how they made the game, like all that, and they talk. It's like an interview about with the
yeah,
guys.
I'll play a little bit of it, but we'll definitely we'll post this up
Sometime
today because we are recording really late.
for tomorrow.
Indeed. Glitchy bitch.
About 4 years ago, I guess, we started saying if we did do a video game, this time it'd be a totally hands-on project.
So it started a while back with Trey having this idea of making a role-playing game around South Park. We produced an animatic that demonstrated the game that Matt and Trey wanted to make.
Ah, it's the new kid. Please enter the wizard's humble lair. Watch out for Captain.
They didn't do the traditional hook up with a publisher, do a licensing deal. They went out and started talking to developers directly. And we were one of those developers. And so they stopped by the studio. They had these ideas for the game. They said, can you make it look like the show? So we put together a prototype for them and basically showed them, look, we can make one of your characters run around in the world and it can look just like the show.
When the current gens came out, we thought that they were finally capable of doing a game that looked just like the show. That was sort of the thing that excited us, is you could sit there and play the game and be
Let's say like what they worked on.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Like the last time I played a South Park game that was literally like the we'll definitely post this on the site, but the last time I played a game that looked exactly like the South Park show was actually for the Nintendo
64?
N64 called South Park Chef's Love Shack, and it was literally like a game show game, and it had like a bunch of like mini games in it, but it was exactly like the show. It looked like it wasn't like the 3D corridor shooter. It wasn't like the racing game they did after that, and it was fantastic looking. So when I did see this, I was like, I'm like, you don't need to make your game fully loaded, all these kick-ass graphics and stuff like that. I'm like, South Park, obviously these guys know what they've been doing. I mean, they were able to write episodes in less than 6 days, That's actually one of the documentaries air in 6 days. And literally they able to put together an entire show that they need to put to, and then boom, they have it. So I am looking forward to this, the South Park Stick of Truth. Hopefully it comes out sometime soon. And what want your game feature on Conan O'Brien gonna cost about $35,000? What?
Yeah, see, I thought like what was happening with the Conan O'Brien, like he would review games and do his little like, I don't play games, but I review them, and like then it was funny because he'd give ridiculous scores and he'd make a big joke out of it. Well, what happened was when Resident Evil 6 came out, they got invited out, and he's like, I've been playing this game before anybody else. And I was like, it was a big to do.
Yeah, because Jimmy Fallon does that.
Yeah,
but he actually games.
He actually games, and then like I guess what happened was like it got reported that these people who wanted him to play their game, they basically have to pay him to review him. Like I thought he was just doing it as like, oh yeah, look at these games that are coming out, but no, it's like they actually have to pay to have the advertisement on the network television show. Like so, I guess like in that aspect it makes sense. But this was a story that kind of leaked and kind of got swept under the rugs a while back, and I was like, oh really? So like I read more into it, and yeah, so if you want to be featured title on Conan O'Brien, like you have to pay for it. So
see, I would say like if Jimmy Fallon was, I mean he's smart, but if he wants to do a really good thing, he would try to find some of these indie game people and get them on the show and talk about some of this
That'd
stuff.
be the best. Bring on the Oyas and show people.
Yeah,
what that's all
like
about.
Not even the Oyas, but all those kind of indie games that are going to come out. So I mean,
Yeah.
that would be a smart move on that. Let's see.
We have the Bravely Default that comes out this February for the 3DS. Has been getting a lot of good reviews. They're basically saying that it's what Final Fantasy used to feel like. Like, you know, how Final Fantasy is definitely taken a turn for like, oh, now it's very linear. Now it's very,
I'm curious because I haven't played
45 hours, and then it gets good, like that kind of a game.
like it's funny though because the Final Fantasy 13 was very linear, was very
like
you
straight
have to do
lines.
This. It wasn't
if
until,
you opened up the player's guide, like literally it was like straight line.
It wasn't literally until like I think the last half of the game, which is like right before you go fight the last bosses, where you had an open world and you could do stuff.
Don't go left.
Then they made
boss.
the sequel, and the sequel seemed to have gotten away from that, kind of go back to the old school.
Yeah.
They did a new kind of weapon. I didn't get a chance to play. I played the demo and I liked it, but they just released the new demo of the Lightning game, which I'm trying to figure out, was Lightning that popular of a character?
I don't think he was.
She.
Exactly. That's how popular they were that I didn't even know it was a female.
Which is weird because like everyone's always like, oh, it's like the first female character. I'm like, technically, if you go back
Been around for a while.
Actually, I was just playing Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo. Your main character's a chick, so.
Well, let me ask you, out of Final Fantasy
Low
7,
name.
what was the most memorable characters?
Sephiroth.
Who was basically a female?
No, he wasn't.
Didn't have any genitalia.
Yeah, he did.
Genova, she was a female.
No,
Tifa, she was a female.
No.
Ares, she was a female.
No.
The cat lady was a female.
What?
Yuffie was a female.
Huh?
Barrett was a female.
Sephiroth.
Because their hands were their penises.
Sephiroth. I say
Sarah's box. Yeah.
Sarah's box. I would say this already.
Check it out.
For the last time, Square Enix. I know you're actually doing a bunch of different games now, and you're doing like the Tomb Raiders and all that kind of stuff. But come on, just give us Final Fantasy 7 again.
Yeah, just do it.
But yeah, I still have to download the demo to this game.
It looks awesome though. Definitely, I was reading up on it, and like a lot of people, even you can read the newest Penny Arcade. They did a spoof on it because I guess it's like the whole like old joke of like the king's dead, and he's like, I need you to quest for, go.
Yeah.
He's like, I can just run to the like 2 squares over. There's a store that's selling Phoenix Downs. Like, yeah, like doesn't work. Like it won't work. It's like, but it works on everything else. Like we can die 9 more times. And
I always love that where it's like literally like even when I was playing the first original Final Fantasy, the first one where it's all like, oh, the princess was kidnapped from the evil night guard, like his head knight. It's all like, how did you not see this coming?
Yeah, like the guy's right there. He's
and
even winking at us.
Oh, I also like how he's like, holy crap, I'm so glad you 4 warriors showed up. It's like with the prophecy shit, it's like, what if we didn't show up? What if us died on the way over
the
here?
Phoenix Down did not work. Like, what if it
But yeah, I'll definitely check this out because a lot of people have been talking about it. And
so I got a good review.
Maybe this actually might be another game I'll probably pick up soon. So.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo 3DS.
So then what happened was GameStop's were reporting that the Watch Dog was canceled for the Wii U.
Oh, no.
And they started sending out like those emails. And this has happened plenty of times with GameStop where they notify all their customers that a title's been canceled and actually hasn't, or something. Like it's been a fluke before. Lo and behold, Nintendo right away was very quick to say, nope, as far as we know, it's still coming to Wii U. Everything's working out just fine, so no errors. But it was reported and made like a big stink on like Twitter and stuff. A lot of people like, oh, I'm running away.
Or it doesn't go like that. It's all the people that go like, ha ha, all you Wii U players can't play Watch Dog now.
Better run away.
Why am I running? Indeed.
Exactly. Get out of here. This one looks pretty good.
What is this? The Batman Lego set that could happen.
It's not really. If you check out the picture, I think you'd like it. But basically, it's not really.
Yes, bitch.
Scroll down. Like check out some of these. Like they got Red Hood, Ra's al Ghul. Look at the mansion.
The Wayne Manor mansion.
Like how cool is that? Would you not want it? Yeah. Would you?
Oh
want
yeah,
that?
I love that. I just like opening up. There's the dinosaur, and then there's the penny and the Joker card and all these other things.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet how they did it.
Lego test.
And how even the penny looks like a Lego version of Lincoln.
Yes.
Like it's like really sweet. And they got like the freeze gun. You see the freeze gun under the Joker card.
Yes, it's got like that's what I'm saying. It's like yes. Bitch,
so like this was something like Kotaku posted.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, like this is like a lot of people are like, I want to do this. Gimme, because it looks sweet. Like even like the little Lego bats hanging from the roof. Like it looks all really cool. So.
You should totally.
And it's cool because it opens. Like so you could close it up as the Wayne Manor, and then you could open it up and like have Alfred in there being like, "Good evening, sir."
Which Alfred do we get though? Do we get the
size of tons?
No, do we get the Michael Caine one? Do we get the one for the cartoon show? Or do we get the horrible butler from the Batman, Tim Burton, where he's all like, "What are you talking about?" Like he just.
He kept like, "You have no idea." Oh yeah, because then like they'd be standing
She's
there.
all like, well, I won't be back in Gotham for a while. I got to do a trip. And he's like, what are you talking about, Monty? We've been here for quite some time.
Yeah.
Bruce is like, God damn it, Alfred. I just wanted to fuck the bitch and I had to leave.
Gotta
I
go.
got some Batman.
I got shit to do.
Or then it's like he's down in the Batcave. He's like, oh, just come down to the secret area.
Well, it's like that whole thing when he's like, no, sir, the other car. Like he's trying to like allude. Like even Bruce Wayne's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just say
like,
it.
Just say it. Batman, get over here. Like,
yeah, that's what I get. He's on the phone with him.
Yeah,
it's not like anyone can hear it. It's all
like,
like, oh, I'm sorry, Master Gray should have taken the car. Oh, what, the BMW? No, the other car. Alfred, have you been down in my fucking car hold, all right?
I have
have
a million
shit
cars.
ton. I'm fucking Bruce fucking... You know how many cars? I just sometimes go to a dealership and I'll just buy the
car.
dealership. Like, I don't care.
Sir!
The other again.
Yeah, sir, I need the
I like
aspirin,
how-
my heart.
I like how
Which
all-
aspirin? The other
aspirin. Bad aspirin. Yeah,
Bad attack.
we're really bleeding over into our...
I'm having a bad attack.
I'm having a bad attack.
Oh no, Jeepers Weepers.
Gears of
Batman.
War purchased by Microsoft.
This just was announced today. Yeah, we're moving on, folks. In case you didn't know, we're moving on from the Lego.
Yeah, we can't use all of our Batman references for this show.
Yeah, so Gears of War is purchased. Microsoft has purchased Gears of War from Epic, so it's no longer Epic, and they're actually giving it to Black Tusk Studios to make the next installment. So now it's going to be kind of like the Halo, where it is now a Microsoft property. So now they have the rights to it. So
What is Epic doing next?
I don't know. They were working on Unreal. They were working on Quake. They were working on a whole bunch of other things. And I know Cliff Bleszinski left a while ago to make his MMO that he's working on. So who knows like what Epic's doing. But, I mean, they're not going to go anywhere. They're still building on the Unreal Engine that a lot of people are using.
Yeah.
I've even messed with it a little bit to see it. Great editor. So if you guys are looking into like making games, like look at the CryEngine, the Unreal Engine, like a lot of good engines.
You think they're going to do kind of like what they did with Halo, where it's like number 3 was the wrap-up, Gears of War 3 was
Yeah,
the
well, you
wrap-up.
figured Judgment was kind of like a prequel.
They did a prequel with Judgment, which I still got to fucking
so good.
beat.
That's so
I'm
good,
like
man.
almost done with it. I just
I'll
haven't
co-op with you because it's like after we figured out the thing with the stupid flamethrower, it was so much easier to defeat those berserkers.
And then it was just like, oh yeah, that was like when we were playing that battle.
because we were like, that's it, I'm out. Like you just like dropped out, and I just like fell asleep. I'm like,
yeah.
And the berserker was just like, just walking around because it couldn't find me. That was the best. Like the best one, like was to watch them walk all the way up the stairs, and then you just jump over the banister, and then they're just
He's
like,
oh come on,
and he just has to do that whole.
But do you think they're gonna do like will the next one be
I wouldn't
kind
be
of like what
surprised.
they did with Halo
Next
4,
gen
which we
Xbox
still
One
need to beat?
Xbox One version of Gears of War. They could
Gears
do a
of War
whole
4,
new
you
telling.
think?
They could
Well,
do the
think
whole
about it.
like.
The only character that won't be coming back. Spoilers for everybody because the game's been out for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
Dom is dead.
Yes.
Dom.
But I was thinking about it. So here's what you could do. Like, so Earth is, or planet that they're on is basically kind of like done because like the emulsion things like that. There was a rumor, like if you read a lot of the notes about like how like did they make the subterranean characters, were the characters from the moon? So I'd like to see them do that, like being like we've branched out to another world, trying to colonize that world, and our war started again.
All I can think of when he said the moon is like, we're whalers on the moon, we carry our harpoons.
Whalers on the
from
moon.
Futurama,
Yeah.
where it's just like, okay, sold.
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money. That's the next Gears of War
Whalers
4.
on the moon.
It's
Whalers
like,
on
do you
the
hear
moon.
that? You hear the sounds of the salty wind? Yeah, do you hear that? What? They're coming. The locust? This is worse than locust. We're sailors on the moon. Hold the line. Yeah, hold the line.
Oh, you going crazy, Coltrane.
Coltrane will be replaced by Bill Cosby. You see, the sailors on the moon. Rudy, give me my lancer.
Right, the broom on.
I need to cut a bitch in the pudding of the bar. Huxtable
Jello pudding
all
in
over
the eyeball.
your face. Abuya.
Chinchilla kill.
What's his face? Marcus Phoenix will be played by Al Pacino. Oh, they killed Dom.
And I never got to have sex with him.
I never got to see his great ass. Bird will be played by Adam West. Why am I even here?
I'm supposed to be the comic relief.
You can't master me now. Sorry, the gun is jammed. Squealy squab.
And the queen will be played by no one because she died.
Guilford Godfrey.
Yeah, I'm the queen.
I'm the queen. Okay.
The guy from Pearl Jam.
Even though emotions come on down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, locust. Set them on fire, but they won't go down because of a motion. A locust.
Eddie Vedder. So we got some tiles coming out.
Yeah. Microsoft's like, can we buy that back?
We want, can we, you can keep it.
Yeah.
We heard what you were going to do with it.
Oh, hello. Zibba dabba dibba dabba dubba dibba jello pudding. Oh, yeah. All right. So upcoming games is the Bravely.
Bravely Default coming
on
in the 7th of
February.
February.
So
2 days after my birth. That's right, the birth of me. If you want to send your checks and money orders to KyleMooney.com, you can because I don't own it.
Kyle's starting a Kickstarter.
I am. Kickstart my heart for
Infamous Second Son is coming out in March 21st, 2014. Final Fantasy for the PS4 sometime in 2014. Destiny for Xbox One, PS4, and PC September 14th, unless that date decides to change. Final Fantasy X and X2, which is actually looking pretty good with the HD version. Some of that is coming out for the PS3. So, again, PS3 is not
Vita.
done. It's coming out. Oh, yeah, it's also coming out for the Vita. Will be out on March 18th. Watchdog did not get canceled, but hopefully it'll be coming out sometime this year. South Park: Stick of Truth, PS3, Xbox 360, due in March 4th. Super Smash Bros. 4 for the Wii U and the 3DS is going to be coming out, I believe, sometime in spring or summer of 2014. Donkey Kong Tropic Freeze coming out February 21st. So Nintendo's already getting a leap on, I would say, the new year with games because they're starting up already in February.
I mean, if you look at like Destiny, which is like basically one of the major games that everyone's waiting for, and Titanfall too. I haven't seen anything about Titanfall. Like,
yeah, same thing goes with Kingdom Hearts 3. I have a feeling Kingdom Hearts 3 we're probably not going to see until 2015, but we'll see what happens. Of course, Mario Kart 8, again, they're coming out in spring. So already you got games coming out in February for Nintendo. Then you got probably in the March is going to be the Mario Kart. Then you got this later in that, you're going to have the Smash Bros. Game. So Nintendo, as much as everybody, like, again, they were bitching. People were complaining about Nintendo saying this might be their last console. They didn't make the sales they needed to make. Well, you're already getting a kickstart on this coming year. So Elder Scrolls Online is due out April 4th. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be taking off work those days.
I'm taking
and then you got the new Wolfenstein. So booyah. So what game that you played that really surprised you? I forgot we did have our Get Gaming question of the week. We'll close this out with that. Kyle, you had one.
Yeah, it was that one that Ico, I believe it's called. That was the creator of Shadow of the Colossus. And
which
also,
I'll have to say, if you have a PS3, which I need to still go out and buy, is the Ico Shadow of the Colossus pack for it. But yes, this is the one with the demon shadows and
and it was like basically like you're helping a princess and you're trying to fight off things, and then it turns out like I think in the game it had like a whole twist to it because you're like Shamnam ding dong. It was like it had a whole big twist.
I was dead the whole time.
Yeah, I was alive.
I really
dead.
wanted to be a dentist.
My pants were on fire.
What?
So it's really good though. Like that was one that definitely surprised me because I heard it from somebody like, oh, you should try this game. And when after playing it, like it's only like a 9-hour game, but after playing it, I was like, wow, this is like really well done. Like I was really blown away by it. Looked like we had one of our recent followers too. Made us Gumble the Gumble. Is that what you're doing?
Oh no, I'm doing Kermit the Frog.
Oh, you ever seen that Gumble the Gumble?
Yeah, where he's all like,
why is he doing that? Make him stop. All right, I'll tell him.
Yeah, I'll tell him everything he wants to know.
But we had a at Cinema OTR said to answer your question from your show, poorly surprised by StarCraft 2. I expected awesome, didn't like it at all. So he was very disappointed.
And he even used our hashtag
Get Gaming. So thank you for that. And I have to agree. StarCraft 2 definitely was not as. It was definitely worth the wait because I think a lot of people like the graphics, but I think a lot of people were like, man.
That's what I was about to say. I thought it was one of those games that suffered the overhypeness because wasn't this game like it was like
10 years
it was supposed to come out and then got delayed, kept getting delayed,
and they kept talking about it, but like they would do Warcraft 2, 3, they did like everything else but StarCraft, and then finally it's like, hey, let's release StarCraft. And once they did, I think graphic wise people were like, yay, but I mean like the storyline. But then again, like StarCraft isn't really a game that's because of the story of this so much. They're more impressed with like the online.
Yeah.
Like that is huge in Korea, and like the updated graphics and everything are what's like made that game.
I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail for this.
Give us the hate.
But the game that I was anticipating, waiting pretty much almost a
Goofy movie.
No. A lot of years to play, and then finally downloaded it. I was playing off an emulator. Earthbound.
And 64, just the original.
The original. There was no N64. That kept getting canceled. Right. The original Earthbound, which was released for the Wii U, and I was going to buy it on the Wii U, but didn't have money at the time, so I decided, well, let me try the emulator. I'm kind of glad I tried the emulator, because to be honest,
not a fan.
I don't see what the fucking hype is.
Mr. Game & Watch.
I really don't.
What was his name? Mr. Saturn?
Yeah, Mr. Saturn.
Mr. Saturn.
But I really don't. I do not see the hype with the game. I tried playing it. I'm like, this is okay. And it literally kind of shows poor judgment on the father.
Yeah, it's very much
because the father is gone, but he keeps calling. He's like, call me, son. I'm on an adventure. I left you and your mother and your daughter. You're only 10 years old, but I'm pretty sure you can
You're
handle
in
it.
charge
Hey,
of
do
everything.
me a favor. Why don't you go check out that meteor? Maybe save the world from some evil aliens. On the other hand, I'm banging a prostitute in Bopo Cabano because I have no idea where this fucking game takes place. Anyways, I'm going to go get AIDS.
About to spoil it for you?
Yeah.
Mr. Saturn is his father.
What?
No.
I would have played it then.
I gotta find out the mystery. Why are you calling me then? You don't understand. You will never understand. I thought I remember seeing Earthbound 64 coming in.
No, we kept seeing screenshots on Nintendo Power, but it kept getting pushed back. Like, it was one of those anticipating games that, like, oh my god, they're going to make Earthbound.
Okay, yeah, I see the art blocks. What was the one? I think it was for Super NES?
Yeah, Earthbound was for...
Earthbound.
No, Earthbound, it was just Earthbound.
Yeah, Super Nintendo is the one I kept seeing, because it had the guy, the metal guy with all the spikes. That's the one I kept seeing coming into Bookman's. Bookman's Exchange in Mesa. Definitely check them out, because I have a lot of shit.
I mean, if I get a copy of that game, I would buy it just so I could resell it, because it's a shit...
Oh, yeah,
it's
worth quite a
shit ton of
bit.
money, but, like, I do not see the hype with it. Like... I don't know if I have to give it another shot. Maybe I should sit down and try playing it, but I think
just at the time, like with...
I just could not get into it.
I think just because at the time, it's kind of that eclectic, like... they didn't have a lot of games that were like that style of characters follow you, like Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy was like...
It's one of those games where you walk around, you do stuff, but then you get into battle mode. Now I'm thinking, all right, battle mode. It's going to be... I played Chrono Trigger that came out before it. I played Super Mario RPG that also came out before it. It's one of those games where it's literally like, here's the boss, and he's just...
Yeah, he's like standing in front of you.
And then you have to pick stuff to attack. And I'm like, I hate these kind of games. To me, it's just like...
You've entered a corridor. You found a beholder.
Yeah, it's like you just didn't care anymore.
Run away. Okay. Like, you go down the other aisle. A dragon.
So
Run
Earthbound,
away.
to me, did not live up to the hype. So I apologize to all my gaming
Running
fans
away,
out
you
there.
ran back into the beholder.
But then I started to realize I'm pretty much different than other gamers. Other people rave about like how great certain games are, and I'm like, meh. I'm like, Super Mario.
I guess we will never know about the hate if they never use the Get Gaming.
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know, motherfuckers.
Well, I think that kind of wraps up the show.
Wraps it up for me and my big fat...
So, of course, if you want to find us over... Actually, I don't know if a guy just decided to follow me on Wii U, but I'm going to say he might just be some guy from Colombia who listens to the show. But he added me on the Wii U. So, I guess if you want to check out our gaming tag, go to www.arcade-bros.com.
Right.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter @arcade_bros.
Hopefully I'll have a gaming tag too.
No.
For Nintendo.
Never.
I'm going to use Touch My Balls.
Of course, you can find me on the Twitters @Stephen Mooney Jr.
Mr. Touch My Balls has entered the ring.
You can also find me on Instagram @SMooney Jr.
But I'm a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, I'm a Pokemon. Yeah, I got your Pokeballs right here to grow up to.
I want to be the very best
that no one ever was.
Touch my balls.
Blue balling. Everybody looks at them and they wonder why they're swollen.
Swirl my balls.
Got blue balls. Everybody wants to know why I can't catch
Gotta use that
gonorrhea.
nurse.
Yeah, I don't know. Kyle, where can they find you?
They can find me at mooneystudios.com and, of course, at Twitter @mooneystudios. And, of course, Facebook. I think I'm Broken Robo. Same as my gamer tag. You can find us on arcadebros.
And, of course, don't forget to...
And if you want to check out something really funny, thearcadebros.com, which was supposed to be ours, and some fucker took it, and then now it's free again.
Yeah.
A Korean company has taken it for online gaming. So if you want to play some online free games, go check out thearcadebros.com.
And tell them the Arcade Bros.
The Arcade Bros.
The original Arcade
The
Bros.
original.
But
Extra crispy.
But I will say this, until next time, kiddos, keep on gaming.
My balls.
No! Indeed! This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. What's that, Merlin?
Blue balls.
Taste the rainbow!